But Pepsi International, which pays the pop singer millions to push the soda, released this statement. Quote, "We are following the situation very closely, and our plans will depend on the course of the investigation." It's not the first time Pepsi has dealt with celebrity fallout. A $5 million contract with Madonna fizzled when religious groups objected to burning crosses in this music video.
Tastes wonderful. Okay.
And Burt Reynolds' marital troubles have also cost him commercial endorsements. His high-profile split with Lonnie Anderson didn't fit the wholesome image of Florida orange juice. But controversies can be turned around, at least for a while. Initially, Converse did stand by Magic Johnson after he was diagnosed with the AIDS virus. They even created public service announcements, but now no longer use him. On Madison Avenue, in the heart of the advertising world, ad experts say the Michael Jackson scandal only underscores the risks companies take latching onto a star. You get the high profile, but you also get human beings who can fall from grace like anyone else. You take the company image down with them. Giselle Fernandez, CBS News, New York.
It is not the stars, but the storm clouds that have people in the southeast worried tonight, especially in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. Hurricane Emily is a full-fledged hurricane again. It was upgraded again to hurricane status tonight. It is now 400 miles south of Bermuda, picking up strength and heading west. Forecasters say it's too soon to say where it might hit land, if it hits at all, but they are increasingly concerned about it. As Diana Gonzalez now reports, people who lived through Andrew last year are taking no chances.
I'm going to be safe.
Life is just getting back to normal for Luis Moyano, who lives in the now infamous neighborhood called Country Walk.
Material things don't mean virtually anything to my wife and I anymore.
1 year ago, Country Walk was devastated by Hurricane Andrew. Luis has rebuilt, but now faces the possibility of another storm in a neighborhood that's not ready to take another hit.
My biggest concern is the surroundings. Where I live, unfortunately, there's still property that has not even been touched after the hurricane. I can't do anything about these, these trusses and stuff. If they fly, they're going to hit.
But this time, Luis believes he's prepared.
We've got our room back there, our bedroom, where we've made that our fortress, where we've doubled the walls up so that we don't get anything penetrating.
People in South Dade have learned some hard lessons, and many aren't waiting until the last minute to stock up.
Last time when I shopped for Andrew, everything was off the shelves and gone. So I thought I'd get ahead of the crowd this time.
Food supplies, we've got more white gas for the Coleman stoves, got spare tank for the grill.
Families living in trailers because their homes aren't rebuilt are scurrying to make evacuation plans.
It's hard. It's very hard. You don't know what to think. You don't know what to expect.
While Emily is hundreds of miles away and its course is uncertain, for a community still struggling to recover from Andrew, Emily is too close for comfort. Diana Gonzalez, CBS News, South Dade.
Still ahead on the CBS Evening News, in Bosnia, a UN aid convoy is held hostage by desperate Muslim civilians.
And 30 years after the March on Washington, the call goes out for a new generation of civil rights leaders.
Chili, fried coffee.
You better add on some Tums.
On the house.
Except these aren't Tums.
Same thing.
You got them all mixed up.
I told you they're all the same.
Listen to me. Tums has calcium. This calcium, no, it uses aluminum and magnesium. So does this. This here, Original Rolaids, uses an aluminum salt. The only one of these that helps wipe out heartburn and gives you calcium you need is Tums.
Something my body needs anyway. I like that.
Insist on calcium-rich Tums.
The fear of bad breath. The threat of plaque. The menace of the gum infection. Gingivitis. Only one leading mouthwash protects you against all three. Only one. Listerine Antiseptic. It's there to protect you.
A UN convoy that brought in food, finally, to a besieged Bosnian city of mostly Muslims isn't being allowed out tonight. The Croats won't let it out. All sides in the Balkans war face a Monday deadline for accepting a Bosnian peace plan. Correspondent Barry Peterson has our report.
In Mostar, good intentions went wrong. The UN aid convoy is now held hostage by the people as a shield against more shelling. Some claim that was the plan all along, that trapped Muslims were more desperate for protection than food. Indeed, food supplies from the convoy still sit in warehouses. To end this sort of suffering, to end this war, the three sides must decide by Monday on a new plan to divide Bosnia. Neither the Muslims meeting in Sarajevo or the Serbs meeting at their self-proclaimed capital in Bosnia were enthusiastic. Few argued for it, and in both capitals, hardliners said reject it. The politicians talk tough, but on the streets, the sentiment is different. Give peace a chance, say people here. Give us a chance to rebuild our city and our lives. Even in the few weeks of relative calm, Sarajevo is coming alive as being fixed up.
It means that people will have a chance to produce normal life. Then maybe I think that the people of Sarajevo are about to say yeah.
But to make peace work, people insist there must be outside help.
100,000 troops with a mandate to make peace, not with a mandate to observe killing.
In this desperate place, there are moments that give hope. Things as simple as seeing children dancing on the sidewalk. 10-year-old Odessa is one of them. A year ago, mortars exploded as she and others waited for bread. Yes, she says, it happened right here. The scars on the sidewalk, the scars on Odessa remain. All she wants now is what everyone here so desperately needs. Time to let the memories of war fade and a chance to live again as normal people. Barry Peterson, CBS News, Sarajevo.
The United Nations Security Council late today suspended an oil embargo and other economic sanctions against Haiti, soon to come under democratic rule again. A new Haitian prime minister takes office on Monday, and deposed President Jean-Bertrand Aristide is to return to power by October 30th.
Now, from around the world, more CBS News. In Tokyo, a drenching typhoon dumped a foot of rain, knocked out power to tens of thousands, and shut down the airport. Train service for 1 million commuters was disrupted.
In northern Illinois, survivors of a tornado that killed 29 people 3 years ago sued the National Weather Service. They claim forecasters failed to warn the public in time.
Near Cape May, New Jersey, a Vermont Air National Guard F-16 fighter crash-landed after engine failure. The pilot ejected safely. The plane skidded down the runway and into the woods, bursting into flames.
In Elyria, Ohio, 5,000 people were ordered from their homes to escape fumes of sulfuric acid. The leak followed explosions at a factory that makes chemicals for the cosmetics industry.
And vacation time on Martha's Vineyard nearing an end. President Clinton squeezed in another round of golf. This time, he and his wife Hillary were a twosome for the 18th hole. Mr. Clinton said she hadn't hit a ball in 13 or 14 years.
Not bad. Coming up next on the CBS Evening News, debating the right to die. No easy answers, but now some new guidelines.
When it comes to choosing a pain reliever, the makers of Tylenol believe the more information you have, the better. That's why it's important to know ibuprofen is different than Tylenol. Doctors know ibuprofen can sometimes irritate your stomach. In fact, most ulcer patients shouldn't use it. But they can take Tylenol. Hospitals use Tylenol 4 times more than ibuprofen. For effective relief that's gentler to your stomach, trust Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most.
We dreamed about a vacation in Hawaii, then diarrhea nearly ruined it. So I bought Imodium AD. It works better than others, often in 1 dose. Our diarrhea was gone, and we had a great time.
Imodium AD, the original prescription for 1-dose relief. Athlete's foot grows just beneath the surface of your skin, so that's where you have to get to cure it. Mycotin penetrates the skin surface with miconazole and kills the annoying fungus right where it starts. Mycotin penetrates, Mycotin cures.
The idea for our new Dow plant was simple. If we don't cause water pollution, there'll be no need to clean up water pollution. So Dow employed advanced technology that completely recycles the water we use within the plant instead of sending it back to the river. No one made us do it. We just did it. Is this kind of pollution prevention important for our future? I've got a couple of reasons that say yes, it is.
Dow lets you do great things.
He's macho, he's tough, and he's gay. And he's not the only one who's come out of the closet and onto the parade ground. 60 Minutes, Sunday.
In Michigan, a new court battle today over doctor-assisted suicide. The issue is whether Dr. Jack Kevorkian should stand trial. He openly admits breaking Michigan's law against doctor-assisted suicide by helping a man with Lou Gehrig's disease die. Kevorkian is challenging the law.
Other countries are out front and much more upfront in allowing doctor-assisted suicide. A leading case in point, Holland. Senior European correspondent Tom Fenton reports how it works over there.
When his brother took these pictures of Marcus Eric, he knew the date and time of his death. Marcus was wasting away from AIDS and had chosen to die at noon the following day.
He wasn't very good in saying goodbye. So we all wanted to have just a being together like the old days. The next morning was different because it was the actual moment of really having to say goodbye now.
He died with dignity.
Yes, very much so.
In control.
In control of things. He was the director of what happened.
Marcus took a lethal drink prepared by his doctor. There are an estimated 4,000 cases of euthanasia a year in Holland. Most are carried out by family doctors under guidelines now spelled out in new legislation expected to become law later this year. Dr. Hans Vessel does it up to 10 times a year.
Well, physically, I'm broken after that. It's a week of diarrhea and bad dreams. I really have killed a person, of course. Yes, that's true. But it was voluntarily.
Euthanasia is still officially a crime, but the law virtually guarantees that a doctor won't be prosecuted if he follows a 28-point checklist. He has to show, among other things, that the patient is experiencing unbearable suffering and has repeatedly asked to die. The Dutch Euthanasia Society, which is trying to stretch the legislation, says some of its members would rather die than be put in a nursing home.
In such a situation, they can't die with dignity. They would like their own home and...
And you think in this case they should be able to ask for euthanasia?
Yes.
A pediatrician at a leading Amsterdam hospital even advocates the termination of life for severely deformed babies who are seen to have no chance of a normal existence.
Legally, they say you are not allowed to stop treatment if you have any possibility, but I think this will change.
A minority of Dutch doctors is appalled by all this.
Why are we so barbarians that we must absolutely kill a baby unless he can live for 90 years? Why?
The Dutch now have the world's most permissive euthanasia legislation, but that hasn't ended the debate. It has only raised new questions. Tom Fenton, CBS News, Amsterdam.
Coming up next on the Friday CBS Evening News, the shape of things to come as America becomes, one report says, a nation of exercisers.
When you think about plastic, you may think about things like toy cars on your living room carpeting. Think again about a real car with dent-resistant plastic fenders. When you look at plastic bottles, you probably think they can't be recycled. Take another look. Millions are being recycled every day into things like plastic toy cars and your living room carpeting. To learn more, call this number for a free booklet and take another look at plastic.
The good news, diets rich in antioxidants may benefit your long-term health. The bad news, the average diet is not rich in antioxidants. Today's news, Protegra, the new antioxidant supplement that's all antioxidants. More vitamin E, vitamin C, and beta-carotene. Protegra, with more antioxidant support than you get from a regular multivitamin. To boost your antioxidant levels, even if you take a multivitamin, add Protegra to your daily routine. Protegra, the good news in antioxidants.
Oh, my back hurts and I had a game this afternoon, so I'm taking Advil. More doctors recommend Advil by name to relieve backaches than any other brand. With Advil, a sore back won't keep me from swinging. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Polyshades by Minwax. It's a stroke of genius.
Polyshades is rich stain and polyurethane protection in one. Polyshades gives wood a beautiful protective finish in half the time. Polyshades by Minwax.
The pennant race is scorching as the Cubs enter the Chop Shop to battle the red-hot Braves. Tomorrow on CBS Sports.
The government now says we could stay physically fit with as little as half an hour of moderate exercise 5 days a week. But as health correspondent Dr. Bob Arnott reports, Americans appear to be losing interest in working out, and we have the figures to prove it.
27-year-old Chris Adams never exercises. He'd rather watch somebody else sweat.
I like to sit and watch the ball game at home. I come to the ball game. That's exercise. I used to jog. I used to play sports. I used to, do sit-ups.
I used to is a song more and more Americans are singing every day. Americans hear the message, just do it. But most just don't anymore.
We have an epidemic of inactivity going on in the U.S.
A new government study says just 22% of Americans exercise regularly. Following the exercise boom of the 1980s, the number of couch potatoes has been increasing every year since 1990.
All right, keep your feet moving.
Most people hear the message that exercise can improve your appearance and extend your life. But it doesn't get most people off the couch and into the gym.
Many people are believe that their health will be improved and they'll live longer, but that's a very long-reaching goal, and it's not very tangible.
Fitness products are losing their pep. Take a look at the stock market. Over the past 6 months, the price of Nike stock has dropped by 42%, Reebok by 28%, and CML, makers of the Nordic Track ski machine, off by 22%. Companies blame the economy, but industry analysts disagree.
People are no longer responding to the barrage of advertising out there to go out and run and jump and play tennis. I think they're getting tired of it and want to be more spectators than participants.
So how can America get back into shape? The government says you don't need to go to the gym anymore to be healthy. They say pick anything, stair climbing, walking, even gardening, anything. Just do it. Dr. Bob Arnott, CBS News, New York.
Anheuser-Busch's SeaWorld parks, the trust between our trainers and whales is built over time. Every year we introduce over 10 million people to the creatures of the sea. We're hoping to help make what's true of SeaWorld true of the people and animals of the whole world. At Anheuser-Busch, that's our pledge and our promise.
Some people are fussy about their mouth, and some people are very fussy. For them, there's Rembrandt, the low abrasion whitening toothpaste. Over 50,000 dentists have recommended it. And Rembrandt mouth refreshing rinse. 100% alcohol-free, 100% delicious. A splendid way to fight bad breath. For the best for your mouth, there's only one Rembrandt.
Talking now with Margot, who says that she will not freeze with Gladlock zipper bags.
No, I like my zipper bags.
Well, we sent a remote crew out to your house, Margot, where your husband, Jerry, is about to replace the new throw pillows on your lovely sofa with either your bag full of chili or the Gladlock bag full of chili. Of course, only Gladlock has the yellow and blue make green seal, so you know it's closed. Your bag doesn't have a green seal.
Use the Gladlock,
Mark, I can't
Jerry.
hear you.
The Gladlock.
There's something wrong. I can't hear what she's saying.
Use the Gladlock.
Go away. Be careful. I only hear...
When it really counts, only Gladlock has the yellow and blue make green seal.
Put traction into action because Goodyear Traction is on sale now. Save on selected Goodyear Eagle Performance tires, selected Goodyear Wranglers for light trucks and vans, and save on every all-season Goodyear Aquatread. Save now at Goodyear.
How fast does Ambisol start to relieve toothache pain? Before you can say, Ambisol. Canker sore pain? Before you can say,
Ambisol.
relieve minor mouth pain on contact with Ambisol in regular or maximum strength.
Americans from all over the country are gathering in the nation's capital this weekend to mark the 30th anniversary of Martin Luther King's world-famous I Have a Dream speech with a new March on Washington. It will be a symbolic passing of the torch to a new generation of civil rights leaders. Correspondent Randall Pinkston has our report.
I have a dream
My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Dr. Martin Luther King's speech at the 1963 March on Washington defined the American Civil Rights Movement.
It was awesome. It was unbelievable.
John Lewis was a student protest leader who spoke at the march. Still a civil rights crusader, Lewis says the march was intended to pressure the government.
To express the feeling, a sense of solidarity, a sense of urgency.
Racial inequality was the focus of the protest. Eleanor Holmes Norton was in the crowd 30 years ago.
The principal goal, to put the 64 Civil Rights Act on the books, to put the 65 Voting Rights Act on the books, to put the 68 Fair Housing Act on the books, those have been accomplished, and the march certainly helped achieve those goals.
As organizers prepare for tomorrow's commemoration, the problem of inequality is still around, and a new menace.
It's too much violence, too many guns, too many killings.
Andrew Young was also here in '63.
We started a movement here that not only set black Americans in the South free, but it awakened the conscience of women, the gay, lesbian movement. It raised questions in Eastern Europe. You know, when the Berlin Wall came down, people were singing "We Shall Overcome."
Marchers have begun arriving, but turnout tomorrow is expected to be modest. Critics view marching as irrelevant to today's problems, but those who were here 30 years ago insist it's important to remember. Randall Pinkston, CBS News, Washington.
And that's our news. Edie Magnus will be here tomorrow, and Harry Smith...